a service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News and Jib Jab Greetings. I'm Bud Lowell. Your full AccuWeather forecast is right across the top of this and all CNC local news pages. Schools and school districts across the Rochester area spent the weekend reviewing security plans with their local police and sheriff's departments, working out ways to reassure children going back to their classes on Monday following the tragic school shooting in Newton, Connecticut. Greece Central School District Superintendent Barbara Dean Williams and the district safety team met Sunday with the Greece Police Department to review the district's safety protocols, and the district issued a statement saying it's received numerous inquiries from parents and staff members about school security.
Our schools have centralized main offices, video surveillance cameras, and well-thought-out emergency plans. All staff members have been specially trained to detect and respond to issues of concern, and we continually work with the Greece Police and other local emergency responders to ensure we are well prepared for any circumstance.
The district says Greece Police have committed extra resources to the schools this week. If you need to visit a Greece school, expect to find security at the front door and be prepared to show photo ID. The individual schools are preparing to answer student questions in appropriate ways for different grade levels. You'll see the same increased security at Brighton and other schools as well. Brighton Superintendent Kevin McGowan says visitors will be met at the door, escorted to the location they're going to. Visitor passes must be worn, and all visitors should always be signed in and accounted for. These are supposed to be the rules, but they often slide. Now they're not. In Penfield Central officials say they have specific plans for each school building to handle emergencies. Superintendent Stephen Grimm said they were developed in partnership with the Monroe County emergency responders. They're regularly practiced in drills with students and staff. Penfield says it's got a district crisis team and a trauma, illness, and grief team in place. Both met over the weekend and worked out plans for offering assistance that children or families may need. West Irondequoit, Webster Central, Brighton Central all say they're ready to do the same, and other districts say the same as well. In the city of Rochester, Superintendent Bulhan Vargas says his goal is to make Monday as normal a school day as possible without attempting to minimize any effects the tragedy may be having on students. Vargas met Sunday with Rochester Mayor Tom Richards, City Police Chief Jim Shepard, and other officials. As in other districts this weekend, they spent the day reviewing security protocols and procedures developed with the RPD and other law enforcement agencies. Vargas issued a statement saying, "Our initial conclusion is that we don't need to make changes, but we do need to be extra vigilant in using our current procedures to keep children as safe as they can be." Monday, in time for our weekly gasoline price check, the average price of gas across the Rochester region still dropping by nearly a penny a day over the last week. The American Automobile Association's fuel gauge report says the current average for the five-county Rochester region is $3.70 per gallon for regular. That's down from $3.71 on Sunday and $3.76 a week ago. A month ago, the price was $3.88. And we have seen independent stations selling at $3.54 for cash, $3.59 for credit. Lowest price we could find, the member price at BJ's in Greece, $3.53 per gallon. The statewide average is $3.75 right now. AAA says the average pump price fell across all 50 states last week as demand fell and supplies remained high. If this trend continues one more week, AAA thinks we could soon have all states with gas prices below $4 a gallon. The world price of crude oil also fell last week. Unfortunately, much of the rest of the weekend news dealt with car crashes. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department says the victim of a single-car crash in Perrington Sunday morning was a 22-year-old Fairport man. Deputies say Robert Shand died about 2:30 Sunday morning on Route 250, just south of Aralt Road. They say witnesses reported the car was speeding when it went off the road and rolled into a grove of trees planted around an electric substation. Shand was pronounced dead at the scene. Greece police charged a Rochester man with DWI and other traffic violations after he crashed early Sunday morning on Manitou Beach Road near Lake Ontario. Police say 22-year-old Raymond Reed missed his turn trying to get off the road. He hit a landscaped bed and rolled the car on its side. Police arrested him while he was trying to walk away from the wreck. Two other passengers were in the car. One was a man. He broke both legs in the crash. The other, a woman, suffered only minor injuries. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case in a three-way crash in Orleans County that killed a 19-year-old town of Corfu woman Sunday night. Orleans County Sheriff's deputies said Kelsey Milks was killed when the car she was riding in was rammed head-on by a minivan on Route 77 in the town of Shelby. The van went off the road. The car Milks was in went out of control from the impact and was then hit by another vehicle. Milks and the driver of the car she was in, 20-year-old Dana Cipra, were taken by Mercy Flight to the Erie County Medical Center. Cipra remains hospitalized there. The driver of the two other vehicles weren't seriously injured. Investigators are trying to work out what went wrong. You'll find links to these and other stories to the left of this player window on CNC news pages. At the bottom of the screen are links that you can use. In that gray bar down there, you can use those to post us news that you've heard about, things that you want to check out. And because we're a community news resource, we want to know about your birth and wedding announcements, business openings, all that sort of thing, because that is news to us. And you'll see it here on CNC News. So the next news is as it happens. Updates are when necessary, and you can help us be the judge of that. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.